Good morning, America. Bill Allen here with BewareAutoRepair.com. This morning we're going to talk a little bit about calipers. Calipers are the tool, the part that stops the car. They're on the front, and a lot of times in their cars on the rear. And what they're designed to do is when you step on that brake pedal, the master cylinder sends the fluid down to the calipers, and the calipers, about the size of my fist, grab the rotors that are going to stop the car. The rotors are hooked up to the wheels, so that when the brake calipers grab the rotors, it slows the car down. A lot of places, they actually sell you calipers when you go in for a brake job because they have these ridiculously low prices, $100 for a four-wheel brake job, and then they sell you the calipers, which are expensive. So that's where they make up their money on their discount price. So you have to be aware of this. A caliper, I'm going to do a blown up caliper. Well, I better have something with ink in it. Excuse the artwork, but over here is a brake line. When you step on your brake, it fills this area up. Now, in this area right here, there's a piston that pushes out. Right here is a brake pad, and right here is a brake pad, and this is your rotor. So on that rotor, your wheel is hooked to. Now, right here, there's a little pin called a caliper nail, and the pads hook over that pin on both sides. Your caliper usually hangs up because simply this pin is dirty. When you have a lot of crud built up on this pin, when you step on the brakes and it pushes these pads into the rotor to grab the rotor, the dirt that's on these pins on both sides stops the pad from sliding back out. So what happens is the pad sticks to the rotor and wears the rotor down. Now the piston can do one of two things. The piston that pushes out to push the pads in the caliper, it can leak from the little rubber seals and you could have a brake fluid leak, or it could get caught inside the casting of this piston, of this caliper, and get stuck. So you have the piston problem, or you have the dirt problem. Now, both of those are uncommon. This is the most common. So why are you paying for calipers when you can pull the nail out and clean the nail, grease it, put it back together, and everything will be okay again? Because this comes with a brake job normally, and there's no charge for it. In my shop, there certainly isn't. This is very high profit. So when you go in and they tell you that you need calipers replaced, be careful. Don't just say okay. Understand how a caliper works, then say, just show it to me. Make it make sense. Every one of my customers I will take to the car and show them as it's being diagnosed. I'll stand right with them and the mechanic, and we'll go over it and discover it together. Because that's more important to me, is you understanding, not the price. It's you understanding that you did need it, you feel good about the repair, and when you go home, you don't feel like you got hurt or taken advantage of. Just have them show you the leaking caliper. Make sure it wasn't sprayed fluid on it, and that's hard. But try to get them to show you. Try to make it make sense to you, because that's a very common sale and a very uncommon part to fail. So you got to do the math. And this is just one section of a brake job that I'm talking about today. Tune in later. I'm going to take it step by step. Have a great day.